My name is Hoyne. I'm a consultant psychiatrist, and I'd like to review some of the papers we have published. And this is an important paper about the epidemiology of suicide in Brazil, and it's a systematic review by Baldacara and team, and they have looked at different papers, used PRISMA guidelines, and initially had 245 papers, and some of them were inappropriate simply because the data weren't complete or the analysis wasn't quantitative. So they looked at quite a few papers, which were the main findings, about prevalence and incidence, we come to that later. And there were some studies which looked at the main factors associated with suicide. So which factors predict suicide and causes suicide. So quite a few papers on this issue. And the summary is quite well summarized in their abstracts. And what they've seen is that suicide rates in Brazil were 4.6 to 6.6 per 100,000 inhabitants per year from 2000 to 2020. There was an increased risk of suicide, deaths from suicide in all areas in Brazil. The suicide in Brazil was more prevalent among those aged 15 to 45, and there is an increase in adolescent mortality rates. There's a risk factor as being unmarried, being male, having a mental health disorder, being unemployed, and have financial problems. Indigenous people have elevated risk of suicide compared to non-indigenous people. Hanging and poisoning were the most common methods used under suicide. Most often happened at home, and also previous suicide attempts were risk factors of suicide. This is very common and fits with other data from other countries. And I think this is an important paper, and I think it's worth looking at in detail if you're interested in the risk factors of suicide. If you like this video, just click. And if you want to listen to more of these videos, please feel free to subscribe to our channel. And if you want to read the paper, we will put it on the description of the paper on YouTube. And the other option is to check it up on www.globalpsychiatry.co.uk. Thanks for your interest, and have a nice day.